trained, all of us. And lovely, too. In our new dresses, we looked like royalty. Miss Gelner had picked out a different shade of gown for each of us, our first piece of clothing that was distinctly ours. She'd deliberated long and hard on the color choices. She wanted us each to look different. It wouldn't do for the customers to think they were getting cloned girls, even though there were plenty of differences between us to set us apart. Yes, we all had large eyes, spaced perfectly on our heart-shaped faces. We all had small noses, long, thin necks, and rose-petal lips. But we each had distinct coloring. 7's hair was nearly black, 16's eyes were green, the color of fresh summer grass, and 20's skin was the same warm brown of the toasted bread that we were rewarded with on Sunday mornings. We were unique, one of a kind. I was happy with the dress Miss Gelner had chosen for me. It was the palest shade of blue, hardly a color at all. These dresses would be the only item that would accompany us to our new homes. Our new owners would provide everything else.
"We are lucky to have a number of congressmen and senators here today," Miss Gelner said. "Power, prestige, wealth. You'll be surrounded by the best, which is why it is important that you be the best."
Miss Gelner sighed, nodding her head once.
"All right, girls. It's time."
She turned and threw open the doors.
"Ladies, gentlemen," her voice boomed as she glided into the next room. "If you'll kindly follow me, I'll show you to the sitting room. You'll have a chance to look over each of the girls before you make your decision. As I told each of you over the phone, the number on your tag will determine the order of selection."
A moment later, a stream of bodies and voices flowed into the room. I drew a breath and held it, trying to compose myself, but the fluttering inside me only grew worse. My vision blurred as the men and women pressed closer, talking loudly to one another.
"Oh my, they're so little," a woman cooed. "They look like 12-year-olds. "I can assure you they're 16, Miss Gelner said. "They're fully grown, all measuring in at exactly 5 feet.
An older man grabbed a lock of my hair and rubbed it between his fingers.
"Like corn silk,"
he said to the woman next to him.
"Did you say you were looking for a blonde or a redhead? This one almost seems like a mix of the two."
"And it does have beautiful eyes. Look, they're practically turquoise," she crooned. "But I was hoping for a real redhead. There's an auburn one over there we should look at."
I didn't dare turn my head to watch them walk across the room to look at 10. A middle-aged couple finished looking at 7 and circled to me. I blinked a few times, bringing my vision back into focus as the man's dark eyes skated over me. He was obviously quite a bit older than me, but his jaw was much stronger than the other men I'd seen so far, and his eyes were bright. A sprinkling of gray hairs dusted the dark hair at his temples. The woman beside him had probably been a beauty when she was younger, but now she was a different sort of beautiful, regal and refined. She was tall, even taller than Miss Gelner, with high cheekbones, a strong jaw, and long, arched brows perched over top piercing blue eyes. Even though she had lines around her eyes and mouth, her hair was almost as dark as 7's, without a hint of gray. Everything about her intimidated me.
"Now this has some promise,"
the man said.
"Do you like this one?" "Oh, John, do we really need to do this?"
The woman sighed, her gaze drifting around the room.
"Do what, darling?" "You can cut it with the darling, too. It's not like anyone's listening. They're busy choosing their own pets," she said, gesturing at the rest of the people in the room with an elegant sweep of her arm. "And you can stop pretending I have any say in your precious little project. You know I couldn't care less about getting her." Her husband stepped forward, so close their bodies almost touched. "You know how it looks for us not to have one, don't you? After all the time I spent getting this bill to pass, people are saying things. You don't want them to think, whatever you say, dear." She took a step away from him.